speaking of things that are and should and will continue to be jokes, let's talk about Elon Musk and a guy who really is a total joke. So Elon Musk, I've said it before. I think Matt and I are breaking this down on TMBS. I still get in my mentions, if I criticize Elon Musk, there'll always be like a way to hate an innovator.
At least he's doing something.
At least he's doing something positive. What do we say? Like, to stand for Elon Musk on social media is, you should upload that to Pornhub. That is the biggest cuck move in the planet. One thing I will give Elon Musk, and I always say this, Elon Musk would not be on Twitter standing for you. He has things to do, like gobble up your resources. And in a new case, create a website. Where does it start at the bottom? Okay. Problem is, and this is, and I really wonder, by the way, where Elon Musk's concern about journalism is coming from, because I understand. Yeah, this is a real chin scratcher, because Elon Musk, if you recall, I think he stopped, but I think he did meet with Trump initially. He does not really expressed particularly strong opinions about politics or journalism or democracy generally. But I've noticed recently that there's been a little bit of an uptick in less sort of just, utterly puffery coverage of him, right? So there's been a little bit of like, actually, this guy is a total weirdo, and he doesn't. What was the thing? He doesn't like safety.
He doesn't like loud noises, which is tough when you have like backup things for a forklift.
Right. He doesn't like loud noises. There was some other thing with like safety monitor.
The Reveal podcast did a thing yesterday, which is what he's responding to. Reveal did a thing about the safety, how they basically stopped reporting safety violations and injuries, and now they did that in response to this Reveal.
Yeah. And
also reports that he intimidated his workers when they tried to unionize.
Oh, lots of reports of him being very viciously anti-union, and I thought there was something else with safety signs that he didn't like them there because he doesn't like the color yellow or something. That was another thing.
All contracted workers a few weeks ago had to be personally vouched for by a staff employee at Tesla in order to keep their job.
So all of a sudden, the sort of, Tony Stark coverage is getting slightly evened out. And voila, yesterday on Twitter, Elon Musk says, problem is journos are under constant pressure to get maximum clicks and earn advertising dollars or get fired. I wonder what kind of market logic is there. Tricky situation, as Tesla doesn't advertise, but fossil fuel companies and gas/diesel car companies are among the world's biggest advertisers. So he's actually seems to be implying that reports from the media, which has given him nothing but just like pure blowjob coverage, finally catching up with all sorts of labor questions about him, is a conspiracy.
Clickbait.
Clickbait, because, I don't know, Volvo has like a ad package on Atlantic.com.
Yeah.
Wow.
As opposed to the serious journalism, which is like saying that Elon Musk to make a Hyperloop that'll take you from San Francisco to LA in 2 minutes by next year.
Yeah.
I used to be a high volume blogger. I saw the numbers. Stories about labor violations are not clickbait.
Right. Oh, yes. Yeah, right. That's the cynical place for any like real gutter journalist is to expose America's labor violations. Going to create a site where the public can rate core truth of any article and track the credibility score over time of each journalist, editor, and publication. Thinking of calling it Pravda. Ha, ha, ha. Even if some of the public doesn't care about the credibility score, the journalists, editors, and publications will. It's how they define themselves. So now he has a poll. Create a media rating company that would flag propagandas. And he says the two options are this. Yes, this would be good. No, media are awesome. This is one of the most, and of course, it's running, 83-12. Yes, this would be good. And then he goes, if you're in media and don't want Pravda to exist, write an article telling your readers to vote against it.
He's so dumb.
So basically, like, Elon Musk is, yes, he is pretty dumb, because this type of like rank like extortion essentially should usually be a little bit more subtle than saying like, I'm a multi-billionaire, and I'm going to create a website where I personally track individual journalists according to an arbitrary criteria that will probably overlap with negative coverage of me, and then I'm going to give you a credibility score. And the only options between my ability to try to terrorize journalism writ large, the only other option is that journalism's great, which literally everybody knows that journalism, I think, like polls like lower than political. Like it is the least popular profession in the United States, I believe. There's
a lot of bad news out there.
There's a lot of horrible news out there of every shape and form. So of course, this is just utterly dangerous and disingenuous. So then this is Jessica Hausman.
Yeah, she works for Reveal. The
Okay.
podcast that did the article, the episode that triggered Elon. So
Right. And so this is the episode. This is the thing that led to this controlled tantrum / not so indirect threats on Twitter. Jessica Hausman quote tweeted the original Elon Musk tweet about the problem is journals are under constant pressure, blah, blah. And she went, "Oh, is that a problem, Elon? At Reveal is a nonprofit and suffering none of these problems. The ignorance this man displays is the daily journalism process is truly astounding." And of course, she's exactly right. And if we lived in a decent society, that would be the end of it. And Elon Musk responds, and this is where you could tell, like, having billions of dollars do not make your fifi stronger, apparently. No, this is Elon Musk. No, you're just some rich kids in Berkeley who took their political science prof too seriously. You took the lessons about transparency in journalism and holding corporate titans accountable while I was trying to get money from my parents and others to live out a comic book fantasy for myself. Adult things. But this, of course, raises a much bigger problem that not everyone missed, but I will admit I missed. I quote tweeted Elon when he first put this out, and I wrote, "Fuck off and let your workers unionize," which I admit wasn't the most sophisticated commentary, but it was true.
It's important to say it as much as possible.
Yeah, and I did get the he's doing great things for society. Elon Musk can come have sex with my girlfriend if I had one because he's building a hyperloop.
I did a tweet like that at Jeff Bezos when he put out a call for what philanthropy he should be doing.
Like paying your workers so they are not working in essentially slave labor camps.
Yeah, it was pay your workers a living
idea.
wage and let them go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Maybe start there.
Yeah, thought prompts. But there was something deeper at work. I'm really liking the Law and Order one. There is a very troubled and weird man on Twitter. And this very troubled and weird man has a very troubled and weird history, which I will not comment on more than that, period. You can go research all of it, from campaigns to music videos to Lebanon yourself. But he's an interesting guy. In fact, I will say, actually, somebody this interesting should be a lot cooler. But he is most decidedly not.
He doesn't know why he's interesting.
He has no clue as to why he's interesting. He, several months ago, put up a website called Verrit, which was really popular for people to make fun of for about 2.5 days.
It was so much fun.
And the point of the site was essentially like, we have it up on screen. This is actually hysterical because theoretically you were supposed to verify. Is this the claim that Bill Clinton said Bernie would have won?
Yeah, I made a fake one.
See.
This is what we have on.
Oh, okay, so this is what Matt did. So you're supposed to you plug in a comment. And this was Matt's good contribution to the field, which was Bernie would have won, which is, of course, Bernie or bust Bill Clinton. And then Verrit would tell you that it was wrong, or you authenticated it. I forgot how the system
There was
worked.
an authentication code, which is basically just a random number that they give to a blog post. So you would search that blog post number in Verrit.com, and you would find the original blog post where they said the thing.
It's a Tim and Eric production, really.
Yes.
Type in your Verrit code 8884254321. It's insane.
Dude, 420, 420, 420, 69, 69, 69.
Basically, what made
Jill's
it
died.
Jill died.
what made the facts
Jill died
authoritative?
2020. 420, 420, 420.
What was supposed to make the facts authoritative was that they appeared on the Verrit website.
Right. So this was just utterly embarrassing, and Hillary Clinton made up for Peter Dow, who is this troubled man's name, not appearing in her book, which is actually an incredible insult, because this guy he's on some Game of Thrones shit for Hillary, and the fact that he doesn't even get a mention of bringing her a latte or something
Makes
is
me respect
sad.
Hillary more.
It does. I do respect Hillary's Huma stays because I'm loyal. Peter, never heard of him. Blah, blah, blah. Now, anyways, I'd like to write a chapter on that goddamn Jew that cost me the election. Verrit code 8444. This, of course, went away. It slid into oblivion. The other funny thing that I heard about this was that a tech guy actually told me, he's like, no, to make that actual money went into that site, which made it even funnier. That actually took some real. So Peter Dow caught wind of Elon Musk's threats and said this. Apparently, Elon Musk wants to relaunch Verrit, which at Lila Dow and I put on hiatus as I work on my first book. That's usually what people do when they launch a major tech startup with massive public outpouring and presumably venture capital. A couple months later, it's normal practice. So this is on a bigger scale, to be fair, but just as point of reference, when Brin and Page launched Google, they took a sabbaticals to write books for a year, a couple of months after Google went up. No, that's not true. As I go on hiatus to write my first book. So let me say this directly. Dear Mr. Musk, feel free to fund Verrit if you want to combat the mainstream media's spin and false narratives. What I love here is that Peter Dow, he's probably not stupid enough to actually think that Elon Musk is going to give him any money to relaunch this failed website.
Elon Musk might be stupid enough to give him a lot of money to relaunch the failed website, though.
He might be stupid enough, but he'd have to be is there a way that this could be a Hillary/Musk propaganda site? I think we're going to have to negotiate
Peter
on
Dow's
this.
anything you want, just sign the check.
Yeah, right. But Peter Dow is setting himself up here on the 5% chance that this actually happens, and he has a new patron and a new person I would imagine to follow around and worship obsessively. Or get ready for a lot of Peter Dow, as a man of color, how dare Elon Musk take my ideas for a completely ridiculous extortion website.
Yeah, that's cultural appropriation, I believe.
Yeah, Elon Musk was totally culturally appropriating Peter Dow and Lila Dow. Can we admit there are some bullshit jobs out there? Can we not admit that?
Oh, yeah.
Or some bullshit people in this instance?
Post-Citizens United?
Yeah.
Being just in politics?
Yes.
Certainly.
Oh my God. All right.